Hello guys, and today we are going to be doing a scripting tutorial on how to make a single player story game, much like my single player story games Journey to Planet Earth and Alone. So pretty much I'm just gonna go make a new game. Don't need that. Okay, I'm gonna call it the name's one of the hardest parts to do. You should think of something clever and original, something that will appeal to most audiences. Also a good thumbnail, something that intrigues the person, and then you also want to have a good story. So I was thinking, okay, Crashed. I'm gonna name it Crashed. Description. Well, so, you bored, I'm just gonna leave it blank for now. It's gonna be an adventure game. So, let's go edit it. I'm gonna make this, uncopylocked because this is for a tutorial. If you ever have any questions, or if you want to see how I did something, then you can go in there. So first off, we're gonna make a starting menu. I always have these in my games that are single player, and I'm done because I didn't insert a screen GUI. So you have to insert a screen GUI into the starter GUI, if that makes sense. Let's just name this start because that's what it is. And I'm not going to make this very fancy at all. I mean, like, I go a bit fancier with my other ones, but this is just a scripting tutorial. It's not like I'm actually making a complete game, so I don't really have to worry. I might recommend possibly getting like a special GFX designer to put your own title, but that's not necessary. Crashed. I'm gonna make it red. Source sans bold looks really nice. And 0. Then I'm gonna make it go about 0.4 down. Then I'm gonna insert a text button. Let's make it about 0.4 by 0.1. So it takes, let's shrink it down to about half the size. Oops. No. There we go. That looks more even. For the simplicity, I'm just gonna call it start. Honestly, it's laid out here. You may want to go with something more detailed or nicer looking. I'm just doing this. I'm thinking of increasing that text size to not too big, like that. Let's make the border size pixel 0. Good. Now we're going to insert a script into this. I'm going to insert a local script so it's easier for me to access the player. I'm going to do script.parent, or for the simplicity of, if you're like a new scripter, I'll just do it for like you might do it. .begin. Function begin. At the top, I'm going to name something like, I'm going to make a variable called started. I'm going to make it false. If started is false, then let's make it true. And now with tween positioning, it's basically you move a GUI and it's a function you can call. So let's name button equals script.parent so it saves us some time. Button tween position. Now with coordinates on GUIs, it's udim2.new. So if we want this to slide off the screen, we'd have to do 1.1. You see, you don't see it anymore, but if I did, well, actually 1 would work, but whatever. I'm just gonna do 1 actually. But if I do 0.9, you see I can see it. So let's make it back there. udim2.new 0.4, comma 0, comma 0 or 1, and then comma 0. And I'm just gonna set the default out quad, and I'm gonna make it last about 4 seconds. I'm gonna wait 5, and then we'll do crash equals script.parent.parent.crash. So we'll just call the text label here crash, because I have a good idea, good effect for it. Okay. For I equals 1 to 50 do. So we're creating this will loop through 50 times. Crash dot position equals crash dot position. Not sure if this will work. It'll be kind of an experiment to see if it works. Minus. Okay, 0 like that. Wait, we'll do the shortest possible. Actually, no, we'll just do 1/100th of a second. So it'll go pretty fast. And so what this should do is cause it to shake violently. So let's just test this out. Okay, I know what we did. At the bottom we have to do script.parent.mouse button 1 click, connect, begin. So whenever I click this, it will cause begin to start. Okay, and as you see, it nice and neatly slides off the screen. And then we see this thing, but I think that looked a bit weird. Okay. So I'm gonna make it shake to the left a little bit too. Okay, let's try this. 0.01. Wait, 0.01. No, just copy, paste. Always make sure to indent. It looks really nice when you do. Okay. Now let's try. Now it should shake a little more violently. Let's look and see. And yeah, you see that looks a bit better, in my opinion. Yeah, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. So I want this to kind of move down to the center, so we're gonna 0.5? Nah, 0.4. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna just tween position it. I'm just gonna copy, paste, but except this time I'm gonna do 0.45. How about that? Compromise it. Or run a compromise. And then we have to make sure that it's 0 here, because that's where it normally is. Okay, now let's test it out. Slides down neatly. And as you see, it slides down. Oh. I have an idea. How about weird? Oh, I guess it can. Oh, I see. I see what happens. So we have to wait for. I'll multiply this by 2. And then what we'll do is we'll just make it slide off the screen. Oh, another thing up here. This is what we're gonna do. Game.StarterGui.SetCoreGuiEnabled. We're gonna have to look at this. I believe this is in the view object browser, very, very useful, guys. Use it often, or the wiki. Wiki's useful too. I mean, whatever. Okay. I forgot what it was. I forgot. Core GUI type. Let's go look that up in enums. GUI type should be right here. Health. Okay. So we'll do PlayerList to false because we already know there's only one player in. Chat to false. We don't need that unless this person's crazy and talks to themselves. I completely forgot what it was. StarterGui. Weird. This is very, very weird. Okay, I'm gonna quickly pause the video and look it up. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong. So basically, you have to wait for the player GUI to load. .LocalPlayer.PlayerGui, and then there's a function called SetTopbarTransparency, and then you can either set to 0.5, which it normally is, or 0, which is completely black. So now, yep, like so. Now let's test it one more time, just to make sure it works. I'm thinking of maybe making that a little more, or a little less down. That's a really good crashing effect. I like that a lot. Now, oops, stuck for like a moment. Okay. Thinking of maybe just making like 3.5 and then 3 seconds. Okay. How about we do that, and then we'll go do like 2 seconds. Let's see, now I'll like slide off your screen. Yeah, that looks really nice, personally. And as you see, we have almost completed our start menu. Just have to finish this, or just have to make sure this works. As you see, it goes off. Now let's make it fade away. For I equals 1 to 100 do. Script local f equals script.parent. That's the frame. f.background transparency equals f.background transparency plus 0.01. Wait, like that. Let's make it about 2 seconds. And now, if you see, it's automatically at default 0, but when I set 0.5, that's what happens. So, and now, after this, we should be complete with our start menu. As you see, it says crashed. If you want to like maybe add in a crashing effect or something, if you were to completely do that, then that's cool. Crash. Shakes around and bumbles. Goes off. And here we go. So that is our start menu, guys. I'm gonna put this game in the description below. If you liked, then like. If you want to keep up with all these tutorials, then subscribe. And we'll work on this a little more in our next tutorial, which will be coming soon. See you guys, and stay epic.